Hi there. I'm doing okay. Just started my show. Welcome. My husband just walked in the door just in time for me to start cooking food. Hello, welcome. Today I'm doing a breadcrumb crusted cod. I am doing some mashed potatoes and I am doing a creamed mustard green dish. And I do have my potatoes in the pot. I'm waiting for it to come to a boil. The potatoes are whole in salted water. And it is taking a million years for this to come to a boil. But it's okay. We can get started on cream spinach. Waiting for my pan to get a little warm. Hi, welcome. If you're just scrolling through here, welcome to Food Talk TV. We do go live every single day with cooking content. We do a live show every single day. I'm on Thursdays, so welcome. If you are unfamiliar with me, I am Taylor. I'm also known as the Mustard Queen on this app. My handle is Happy Mustarding, and I do a lot of mustard-related content. So when I'm on this show, I do a lot of cooking, but then I throw in mustard, and it's not just like irresponsibly cooking with mustard. It's like, you know, doing it the right way. I am the Mustard Queen and all. Oh, thank you for the gift, Kaz. Thank you. There we go. And y'all, if you've seen me before, you know that I've been struggling with a hand injury. I got it was radial nerve palsy. I fell asleep with my arm on a plane. And when I woke up, I just didn't have feeling anymore. So now I'm actually able to like move my wrist. It's been 6 weeks since that happened. And so this is a pretty neat development. So I'm not making cream spinach. I'm making creamed mustard greens, but this is essentially the same thing. Like this is exactly how you would go about it. The only difference is you don't really, with my mustard greens, mine were frozen and I steamed these first and I steamed them for about 10 to 15 minutes just because that is a bit more of a bitter green. So it does require a bit more cooking time to cook some of that out, but we'll be fine. So with frozen spinach, you could get away with a lot less, but we'll get to that here in a second. I'm going to preheat my oven for later too. Add some onions to my butter. It's 2 tablespoons of butter, 1 whole onion. I used a sweet onion, whatever you got. How's everyone doing today? Got some onions getting ready for my creamed mustard greens. I love mustard greens so much. I think they aren't as valued as some of the other bitter greens when I don't see why, because there is an amazing little like harsh mustard flavor in the greens. It is bitter like collards or kale, but they're all in the same plant family, so they're all really similar. And what I've been noticing here lately is that mustard greens are often cheaper than other bitter greens, and I like them a lot more anyway. So one of these days my potatoes will boil. Where's everyone from? I'm genuinely curious. I am filming in Tennessee. I know there are people from all over though. Or I'm guessing they're all over. I'm guessing that not all of y'all are my neighbors. Oh, we got Ohio. Hey there. Phillipsburg, New Jersey. East Texas. Okay, we're already like all over the middle to east side. All right. Got my onions. I'm going to add some garlic to that as well. Now, because of my hand injury, I'm not really able to like mince garlic into tiny pieces. So what I've been doing is I will just break down all my bulbs of garlic when I get them, and then I'll put them in the food processor and then immediately put them in the freezer. So as I'm ready to cook, I just, scoop that out. And I did that because of my hand injury, but I'm going to continue doing it after the fact. Lose your dominant hand. You learn how to do things a little quicker. Just adding some of that. So I'm working on creamed mustard greens. I'm going to be doing a breadcrumb crusted cod and some mashed potatoes with mustard gravy. One thing I like about this freezer trick too with this is like whenever you're cooking garlic, you're always wanting to add it to one of the last veggies that you add to your pan, just because it can burn super easily, but because this is frozen, it's not burning so easily. So we are good there. But it thaws super quickly. And of course, to make these creamed mustard greens, I'm going to need... There's so many different ways you can add things to make them creamy. I'm going with cream cheese today. I was torn whether I wanted to do this or if I wanted to make a roux. But I ultimately decided to do this because I am making a mustard gravy later on, and that is a roux-based thing, and I didn't want to do two roux at the same time. Oh, thank you for the follow. Yeah, if y'all like this kind of content, we do a live cooking show every single day. This is way easier when the cream cheese is cold. This is room temperature cream cheese. So I was right on that account, but this is, yeah. But we do live cooking shows every single day. I'm on on Thursdays. Oh, yeah. That should have been cold. But typically, whenever I'm cooking with cream cheese, I always leave it room temperature. Just maybe if I would have cut it and then let it go to room temperature first. But it's okay. I'm going to let that soften up in there. Hi there. Oh, thank you for sharing the live. It really does help. It lets Al Gore and his rhythm know that we're doing okay. Oh, you know what? I didn't write this in my recipe. Now, this recipe, all the recipes from tonight will be on Food Talk TV website tomorrow. We're just waiting on some photographs too. So a little bit of white wine. I didn't have that on my recipe card, but wanted to add a little liquid to it. I'm lowering the heat on this because I'll be adding that. I'm also going to be adding some mustard. Of course, I am the mustard queen. That's what I do. I add mustard. I have some whole grain from Aldi. Oh, I just got my jar opening hand back. Yay! So about a tablespoon of that. And a lot of times whenever I add mustard to my recipes, I'll do a grainy mustard, and then I will also do a not so grainy mustard. The grainy mustard, so you get all the seeds throughout it. Okay, you know what? I'm going to find a squeeze bottle mustard. Okay, there's a squeeze bottle mustard. There we go. This is Dusseldorf by Wobers. Dusseldorf is going to be a bit more pungent than Dijon. Dijon will use white wine and white wine vinegar, while Dusseldorf will use brandied vinegar typically, but because they use vinegar rather than wine, it does have like a bit more of an, it's more acidic, of course, so it's going to be just a bit tangier and harsher. More harsh. I don't know. Letting that soften. Thank you so much. Y'all are amazing. I'm adding a couple tablespoons of half and half in here. We're going to get this to be a nice cohesive sauce before we add our mustard greens. Hello there. You know, it doesn't have to be mustard greens for this kind of thing either. You can totally add whatever vegetable you want. Spinach, you can make creamed spinach, absolutely. Kale, collards. And I'm doing this because I had some, you know, a couple more tablespoons of half and half won't kill anybody. Nobody's dying from cream today. Now that I have, or that's half and half. It's not heavy cream, it's half and half. So I don't want this to boil, but I do want it to be a cohesive sauce that's enough to where you can toss in the leafy greens. Bit more white wine. Right out the oven. Hey, husband. Can you help me grind some pepper, please? Wherever you want to do that is fine. Yep. At one point, like, we did have the electric pepper grinders, and then they broke, and then we just never got around to buying another one. We want to get the rechargeable ones. So every time we want black pepper now, we do it by hand, and it's not the best process here.
Yeah, electric pepper grinders are great, but they take like 20 double A's. So
they always take 20 batteries. Why do they always take so many batteries?
It's insane. And then the batteries don't really last all that.
Right.
Grinding peppercorns is an arduous task.
Right?
So yeah, definitely going to
nice creamy sauce.
Those immediately after we
After you're done doing that, that's when you're going to want to order more.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sweet. Finally got my potatoes to start boiling. Heck yes. Heck yeah.
How fine or coarse would you like?
I mean, I would like it really ground, but no, that's fine. That's fine. I sure do appreciate having a sous chef over here. Thank you. But with my radial nerve palsy that I had, because it was my radial nerve that I experienced paralysis with, and so like my wrist would fall limp and I wouldn't be able to physically lift it. So every time I would cook, I would have to do the Salt Bae thing. But yeah, super crazy thing that happened. Did not know that you could sleep on your arm wrong and cause nerve damage. Where's that man's uniform? I think he just decided to go back into his garage to continue some woodworking projects. So no, but on Thanksgiving, my husband was on the show with me, and we did we showed you all how to spatchcock a turkey. And so he also had our Food Talk TV aprons on as well. So looked really sharp. We were a little matching, just a little matchy. Okay. And so these are frozen mustard greens. I steamed them. I used a steamer basket in a pot of water with like an inch to it, I let them steam in the steamer basket. And the reason why I heated them up this way, because they were frozen, but I'm trying to get rid of the moisture. So like the steaming, while it does circulate water vapor and stuff, the water from the mustard greens were able to drip, because after that I used a rag to squeeze as much of the moisture as I could out of it. And that's super important because this is a bitter green and we don't want it like mushy and yeah. So that's why I chose that. So I'm going to kind of break this up with my fingers because it's in clumps. I don't know what you're patching holes with. Oh, okay. I don't know what you're patching holes with, but I think I like to use stronger things than cream cheese. Oh, yeah. I am kind of massaging them as I go. And typically whenever I cook these, a lot of times I'll massage them really well first before, so that way I can get all of the, and that's what I did when I squeezed out the water out of here, because the bitterness that's in the bitter greens are going to be, they're fat soluble, but then also they're activated when the cell walls are broken. So when you massage a bitter green, the cell walls are broken. And then it's also fat soluble. So once you add it to like heavy cream and butter and all that, it's basically going to disappear. So this is how you get your greens to not be so bitter. But another thing that does that is heat. So if you cook your greens long enough, you're fine. Oh, yes. So creamy. You know, this does look really great. It's just like creamy, and this could even be a good dip. You know, I've done a spinach and artichoke dip, but instead of spinach, I did the mustard greens. I've done that before, and it just has a bit more of a savory taste than spinach does. Spinach is a little sweeter on that end, but I have made dips like that, so this would make a really good dip. Oh, thank you for the share. I appreciate you. Okay, I'm going to melt some butter because I'm going to make a little topping. I do not use this microwave very often. Melting butter is one of those things. There we go. To finish this up, because I am getting ready to prepare this for the oven, I'm going to add some lemon zest, because acidity also really helps balance the flavor of the bitter greens. And also it helps balance out this whole dish. Because in order to make a great dish, you got to balance the sweet, heat, and acid. About yay much. Just juice from half the lemon. And with lemons, you lose the seeds, so that's why I'm using my other hand. Ooh. This is a task that is not very easy for the whole, radial nerve palsy here. So some zest, some juice, and I'm just going to put in a little bit of nutmeg, a little nuttiness, a little toastiness, just something warm. I think the acidity is really going to help bring everything together here. So, I mean, otherwise it's just cheesy greens, which is fine. I like cheesy greens. That's not melting enough. I'm so not good at using a microwave. I'm trying to judge which size pan I use. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with that one. Maybe a bit too big, but it's okay because I have some panko and I'm going to mix it with that melted butter and I'll spread it over the top. But yes, this could make a really good tip too, but I'm calling it a side item. And I don't know where y'all land with it, but most adults in this country have a very difficult time getting all of their fruits and veggies in. So even though this is doused in cream cheese, and I didn't add cheese to this, I knew I was forgetting something, but I still got cheese. I'm going to sprinkle that on top. Yeah. With the breadcrumbs. Okay. Shoot, I might just get tortilla chips and eat this for dinner tonight. Oh yeah, I'm down with that. I had a ramekin of panko somewhere. Oh, for me. Nope. Little toss in this. Now, if you were going on lazy mode here would be to just use cooking spray and spray that over the top, which I may do that as an additional, but this is how you get your breadcrumbs all nice and toasty. So panko in Japanese literally means breadcrumbs. Pan meaning bread, and then ko meaning crumbs. So if you're saying panko breadcrumbs, you're saying breadcrumbs. I don't know who needed to hear that, but kind of like calling it chai tea. Anyone else think of any of those where people are often just like repeating the same word? Oh, hey there. Sorry, I'm cleaning my nonstick real quick because I will be doing that mustard gravy here in a minute. But I really like using nonstick whenever I make a cream sauce, which is basically all this mustard gravy is going to be. I just love mustard gravy. Ah, there we go. I'm going to switch this to broil real quick. Ah, pressing buttons is still hard with my hand. Okay. Okay, now with this cod recipe was something I saw off of, clean my mess over here, but this cod recipe is something I saw. It was a mustard book, one of my mustard recipe books that I own, And I almost never like follow a recipe verbatim by anyone ever. But this recipe was really interesting because it was just so simple and basic. And I wanted to see, because I know I could zhuzh it up, but I kind of want to see where the very basic version gets me first. So, yeah, this essentially has 4 ingredients and cooking spray is one of them. So it's the cod fillets. And then I'm just going to brush that with some mustard and then some breadcrumbs. The breadcrumbs I did get were already seasoned. So I guess that takes out a lot of those ingredients. You could absolutely use panko instead and season them however you want. There you go. All right, so have my seasoned breadcrumbs here, and of course my mustard is going to be my glue because I did say I got this from a mustard cookbook. So I thought about different ways to zhuzh this up. Where did I put that fish? But I did think of ways where I could zhuzh this up, like you can add lemon juice to the mustard, you can add garlic or shallots, or I have no idea what happened. ADHD is not fun. Oh, it is right next to my workstation. I'm so smart. Okay, broiler's on. I'm going to put my creaminess in there. And there's a timer for 90 seconds, and we'll come back to that in a second. I don't want to get my hands all fishy yet, but I will be working on the fishiness next. And then I'm also going to see if my potatoes are done yet. Oh, come on, potatoes. Not quite. I want them, like I can stick a fork in them, but not easily. So I'll give them another 5 minutes after this fact. But whenever you're using the broiler on high, you've got to set 60-second alarms and just keep checking. Or in my case, 90 seconds. You know, I do have this other half of a lemon from my recipe, so I think I am going to add that to my mustard. Just to give it a little something, even though this is a really basic recipe. Or not basic, it's acidic. Ah, anyone catch my joke? But yeah, I read this recipe. I'm like, there's no way that there's people like making something like that silly or like that ridiculously easy. There's just no way. Ah, okay. Y'all, I really love the fact that I forgot to put the cheese inside the mixture and I put it over the top because holy moly, I could just eat this. Like, just give me some tortilla chips and call it a day. I don't need to cook fish or mashed potatoes or anything. I already got my dinner right here. Girl dinner. Setting the oven back to 400 degrees for this ridiculous dish that I'm doing. Got some cod. I did thaw it from frozen. Because fish is one of those things I just about always keep frozen. Just because it thaws so quickly and then it stays good forever. These two are the ones in the bag. Hold up. Aw. I know which one's not making it on the picture. Because I will be taking pictures of this after the fact, and it will be going on Food Talk TV website, foodtalktv.com. I'm going to wash. But what's really cool is that there is a search bar for on the Food Talk TV website, so you can just look up an ingredient and see what we've made. And if you want to see the shows that we have done, you can always watch them on Facebook or YouTube. So you can see us make those dishes and then also have the recipe for that. So yeah, I'm just painting my cod. And I love cod so much. Like, it's just a very versatile, mild fish. You can bake it, you can fry it. I've done cod tempura before, and I love that. Oh, yeah. Take care of that later. Oh, yeah. And there is what I got. So I have this shallow cake pan here, and that's where I put my breadcrumbs that are already seasoned. They're already salted, so I didn't worry about that. And all these are going to be, I'm so disappointed in this one, but. And you know, this will be good in the fridge for a couple of days, but after it's been in the fridge, it will kind of get a little soggy, so I don't really recommend it. Though I feel like you could reheat it with air fryer, and that would be your best bet. It's called garlic mist. Ooh, interesting. I like that, the sound of that. Garlic mist. Interesting. And I'm not brushing on the bottom half of it. It's not really going to stick. I'm really just more concerned with the upper pieces of it. Little painting project. But man, now that's making me want mustard in a spray can. Already into this project. I just can't wait to wash my hands. Oh yeah, I do live close to a Gordon's. I've never been in there. I've signed up for an account before because I almost went in there one day, but I've been meaning to order online from there. Is that where they get it? Oh, please. I am doing just some breaded cod. I am using mustard as my breadcrumb glue. And there's so many different recipes of this. Like, you could use panko that you season as well. I've seen recipes too where like a combination of vinegar and lemon juice. Or I'm sorry, not vinegar and lemon juice. Lemon juice and, why can I not think today? That and mayo. That's another one that I've seen a lot of too. Olive oil is another little glue that they'll use. This is like the big sexy one, but it's like so much bigger than all the other pieces of cod. So I'm probably going to end up having to bake it and then remove it, or remove most of these except for this guy. Now we're looking for 145 internal temperature, but when it flakes, you know it's good. Oh, yeah. I'll make sure. But yeah, these are basically like adult fish sticks. Mustardy fish sticks. Maybe if I would have cut them into sticks, that's what we could have done today. I'll have to do that sometime soon. Okay, let's clean up my mess a little. Okay, we'll try this for 10 minutes and see where it's at. 10 to 15 minutes is what we're looking at. So that is already taken care of and probably the easiest like main course I've ever done on this show. Let's check on our taters because we have got to get to making taters soon. Oh yeah. Those are good to go. Let's drain this real quick. Whew. Now, I kept these potatoes whole because we're going to be trying something new, something I haven't tried at least. If y'all are just scrolling through here, welcome to Food Talk TV. We do live cooking shows every single day. My show is on Thursdays. It's Cutting the Mustard. I'm the mustard queen. I do a lot of mustard-based content on my page, Happy Mustarding. But we have someone different every single day. So all sorts of personalities. If you missed this episode or like want to rewatch it or something or want to see some old episodes, we do post them on YouTube and Facebook as well. So I'm going to let these get cool enough to touch, maybe a little bit of ice because this is my last thing I got to do. Because I'm still going to want these warm, but I want them to be able to be touched because what I'm going to do later is mash them by pushing them through a cooling rack. And I saw this about a year ago go viral, and I've been wanting to try it ever since. Okay, so let's go ahead and make the mustard gravy while we're waiting on that. A little reset here. Life is just easier when everything is just clear. I'm going through a huge cleaning out phase of a lot of my stuff just because the less things I have and the less stuff that exists, the less things that are on my mind. So ever since I've been doing that, I've been feeling really mind cleared. Although I still got a long way to go. My husband and I have been in this house over a decade, so we got a lot to do with that. Okay. All right, onward. Medium-high heat, we'll melt 2 tablespoons of butter. I'm going to need 2 tablespoons of flour. I'll go ahead and grab that. I'm not like measuring, but just using an actual tablespoon for it. But when you're making a roux, you start with equal parts fat and flour. I made this for some of my content recently. I did a video on mustard cream sauces because I'm trying to make a bunch of mustard cream sauces because there's so many on the internet. Can't go wrong with them, but I did 3 different styles in a recent video, and I'm going to keep on doing that because when I eventually do write my book about recipes with mustard, I'm going to want a huge variety of mustard cream sauces. I thought about making a mustard cream sauce more so like with the fish and pasta before I switched to this. But oh, you know what? I am gonna cut a shallot for this because I'm not doing the exact one I did on my page, but I'm doing a similar one, and the shallot was really good in that. Oh, you found the garlic mist? Yes. On the Zon. The shallot, the onion, sweeter. I would like to say better cousin. I love shallots. I could like swap out all of my onion uses for shallots and be okay. Well, knife work is still a chore with the whole radial nerve palsy, but I go back to the doctor on Monday, so hopefully they can clear me for work because I took a week off for that family vacation, which is why I fell asleep on my arm for the plane. I was not expecting to take 6 more, but it happens. Okay, that was enough time. That to melt. Yeah. But add my shallots and let those soften. And while that's taking its sweet time, let's see if I can get into trouble with these taters. All right, let's give this a try. I hope this is the hack to win all hacks, because I've seen this before, I've just never done it. It's just one of these wire cooking racks, and you just cut it in half. You still want the potatoes to be warm. Oh yeah, this may be a bit too hot to handle, so I might get a mitt or something. And then you're just left with the skin. I love this. I love it. I love it. Okay, I'm obsessed. Okay, lost some of the skin in there, but I'm not offended by skin, and I scrubbed the heck out of these potatoes. Ah, that's so cool. I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed. When you're making mashed potatoes, you really don't want to overwork the potatoes just because that's how they become gummy. So like as few steps as possible is necessary for them. Love this. I wonder if I sprayed a little bit of oil on there because it is kind of sticking to it. Oh man, I have been seeing this hack for years and I've never tried it before today. I am stoked. But with the injury, I am getting some of the skins in there, so it's not the best. It's not like the life-changing thing that, all the videos are showing, but it's very handy. It's very useful. And when I had the hand injury, it became so necessary for me to find things that I could still do even though I couldn't move my dominant hand. Ah! Okay, I'm obsessed. Love it. Because a lot of times people will use like a ricer to mash their potatoes. You do not want to use anything electric just because it will overmix it and it will make it gummy. So that's why a lot of people opt for the ricer, but that is one of those things that I wouldn't use it except for to make mashed potatoes. Hi, I am squeezing some potatoes through a cooling rack so I can make some mashed potatoes. And on my pan over here, I'm cooking some shallots, and we are going to turn that into mustard gravy. Because if you are unfamiliar with my content, I am the mustard queen. All my content is mustard related, so I cook with a lot of mustard, okay? I know a lot about it. Right? Isn't this amazing? Like, and you just, the thing that is kind of an issue is like, you got to boil the potatoes whole. And so it does take longer to do that. And if your potatoes are different sizes, then they're not going to cook all at the same time. But you know what? It's okay. Like, just use like same size potatoes. I'm obsessed. I am so obsessed, y'all. I'm mad that I didn't try this sooner. Love it. I am losing some of the skins in there. I'm not worried about it. I cleaned it. But, I'm so happy. Oh yeah, I really need to check on my fish. Ah, yes, my potatoes are mashed. Love it. Love that for myself. Okay, so checking on my fish. I'm going to spray it with cooking oil because like the mustard didn't absorb the breadcrumbs as much as I was hoping for. We'll give it, I'll try 2 more minutes. We'll see how we feel, but oh my gosh, I'm so excited about this hack. I lost a little bit of potato in that, but it's okay. I lose potatoes anytime I make that. So this is kind of what the potato situation is looking like here. So on my stovetop, I've been heating up. How much did I put? I forget my amounts. Okay, I did 3 tablespoons of butter and 3/4 of a cup of half and half, and it's just been on low. You don't want this to come up to a boil, but we'll just that. I'll let that absorb a little bit, but I got to add some garlic to my shallots. They're getting a little toasty, but it's okay. I like the toastiness. I'm going to try a little spatula here. Just kind of fold in all those liquids and let that absorb. Plenty of salt. Plenty of pepper. And I will give this some more mashing here in a second, but I have to give my gravy some attention. So I'm going to add just a wee bit more butter. Because I did let those get a little crispy. Move it, cat. I'm going to set the broiler real quick for this fish. All right. Adding some flour because this is going to be a roux-based sauce. Mustard gravy. And we want the flour taste to cook out. Did you know that when it comes to raw cookie dough, it's not actually the raw eggs why everyone's so scared for you to eat the raw cookie dough? It's not the raw eggs. It's in fact the raw flour. It can give you listeria, which of course raw eggs can be harmful, but not so much as it is raw flour. I'm doing all-purpose flour. And then mustard gravy, of course, needs mustard as well. I've been really wanting to make a mushroom mustard gravy, but I didn't have any mushrooms because this is so stinking good. I'm gonna add some whole grain. I've been really liking this whole grain from Aldi. It's just really basic, really simple, and it's from Germany. So I like having mustards from as many different countries as I can. Oh no, that's funny. I am out of my dairy that I was going to do for this, so we'll figure it out. Oh yeah, I only have about half the amount I was hoping for there. Hey, cat. Get rid of some of these clumps. It's okay if I don't have enough liquid for here. All that's really going to mean is that this is going to be a chunkier gravy than I was expecting. A little bit at a time would have been nice to make this less clumpy, but, you know, patience is a virtue that I did not exercise today. Too clunky for my taste. Also, some more wine. This dinner is more drunk and mustardy than I am. I'm not. I haven't been drinking at all. I was, you know, trying to make a joke I don't think was funny. Okay. Add some salt and pepper. Salt and pepper things in layers. We got our fish, and that was so stinking simple. I'm a fan of that really stinking simple recipe. You definitely could liven that up so many different ways. But I'm a huge fan of that. Really basic. All I did was get some flavored Italian breadcrumbs, brush some mustard on my cod, and then dumped the breadcrumbs all over there, sprayed it with cooking spray. So because I don't have any more dairy, no more dairy in my area. Hey, Ryan, did you by chance buy heavy cream or half and half? Okay. He was at the grocery store. I was hoping that was the thing. Got a little bit of stock we'll add. This is some smoked turkey stock. So this will be like a smoky gravy. Yes.
I'm sorry, I don't need to.
Oh, no, it's okay. I didn't know either. Oh, perfect little mustard gravy. I'm going to add a little bit more mustard to make it more mustardy. And I didn't add any smooth mustard. I like doing grainy and smooth mustard in my mustard recipes. Ooh, you know what will make it really look like mustard gravy? Adding some turmeric to it, because everything tastes more mustardy when you add turmeric to it. And make it yellow. Totally not necessary. But it does taste more mustardy when it is yellow. I mean, doesn't that look like mustard? Very chunky mustard. bit more stock just to thin it out. Yes, mustard gravy. Turmeric was an excellent addition to that. Come on. I bet y'all thought I was crazy when I said I was making mustard gravy. So for that one, I did a German whole grain mustard, and then I also, I stuck with the German theme, and this is a Dusseldorf mustard, which is more pungent than Dijon is. Let's get back to our taters. Yes, I love turmeric. And that's what makes mustard yellow, is the turmeric. Mustard itself is naturally not yellow. In fact, it's more like a beige color by itself. Unless you're dealing with like the brown mustard seeds too, because then you get like flakes of brown. But we're just going to fold. And that was really the easiest mashed tater. It's not like super duper mashed, and if I had a potato masher, but like that hack is definitely going places with me. And we did get a little bit of the skins in there with that hack, but that was a lot of fun, and I will be doing that again soon. Yes. Yes. You know what? I was torn about whether I was going to add sour cream to my mashed potatoes. I don't know why that was an argument. I love creamy things. Obviously, with all the food I'm making today, y'all know I love the cream stuff. Just a couple tablespoons there. But we don't want to overmix, so I'm being cautious. But this is the only thing that's on my plate today that's not mustardy. Or alcoholic. Well, the fish doesn't have any alcohol in it. All right. I'm calling it. That's perfect. And even if there are streaks of sour cream in there, I love sour cream. Well, thank y'all so much for the follows. And thank you for the likes, too. That really helps Al Gore and his rhythm know that I'm not doing a terrible job. So next time I go on, you know, this app will be like, yeah, you were great. We'll send more people your way. These are a bit chunky for mashed potatoes, but I think that's a good thing. I like to know that my taters were my mashed potatoes were once potatoes. But if you wanted to keep mashing or use an actual masher, I'm also struggling with my hand injuries, so. Okay. Ooh, I'm just really determined to wash every single dish in my house. I do like the little cuts here. And these recipes will be on Food Talk TV's website tomorrow. Oh yeah, super determined to wash all my dishes. Oh yeah. Oh, you know what? I just got a package. It was from Old Brooklyn Mustards, and their mustards are super unique because they don't like process their mustards at all. So they're essentially like pickled mustard seeds that they do add. Now they have other mustards as well, but I think these make wonderful garnishes. Okay. So this is their preserved lemon one. I haven't tried this yet. I literally just got this package yesterday. So I'm going to give this a little sample. And pickled mustard seeds are just a great little garnish to... And plus, like, it just adds some texture to it, too. And kind of lets the whole world know, hey, there's some mustard on here. But the preserved lemon is really nice. It's not too strong on that. Love it. And we got to get something on this plate that isn't yellow. Nothing yellow or beige. Even though I do have the creamed mustard greens over there, but that's pretty yellow from the cheese. Okay, I'm gonna chop those a little more finely. Not the easiest hand movement to do with the radial nerve palsy. Yes, it is parsley. Yep, which I call my decorating herb. And there we go. That is my dinner for tonight. But, oh wait, if you are just joining us, what I made earlier were creamed mustard greens. So those are cat treats. But creamed mustard greens. So very similar to creamed spinach, but mustard greens are going to be a bit more savory. There is a bit of bitterness to mustard greens, but I did manage to cook that out through steam. Also, massaging it really helps, squeezing out all the water, and then plenty of heat will take care of that as well. The cream, though, like the bitterness that comes from mustard greens is fat soluble. So the bitterness that was in there got quickly absorbed by that cream and butter. I could just eat this with tortilla strips, but I'm calling that my vegetable today because everything else over here is yellow. Oh, yes. So these recipes will be on the Food Talk TV website. You can rewatch this as soon as they post it on Facebook or YouTube tomorrow. But yeah, that's about it, y'all. That's all I got for today. I had the mustard, yes, it was a mustard and breadcrumb crusted cod, mashed potatoes that we did the fun new trick for, mustard gravy, and the creamed mustard greens. Awesome. Well, I'm going to head out of here. Thank you all so much for joining me today. I will see you next Thursday, 7 Central, where I'll be back on Food Talk. Oh, I'm not putting the greens on the plate yet. I want to get a picture of it in that cast iron, so that's why I haven't done that. But, aw. You'll get me next time. I'll see you later. Happy mustarding.